Hi guys, Kimberly from Our Urban Homestead Life here. Just thought I'd pop on, say hi. Started editing, realised I didn't even introduce myself. Hi, how you doing? So this recipe has been a hit in our house. I'm telling you now. I made 8 of them. There is one left. They haven't even been made a couple of hours yet. Great way to use up your sourdough discard. Always looking for ways to do that, because obviously you don't want to waste it, especially not in this climate where it's cost of living crisis. You don't want to be throwing good quality stuff down the drain. However, see if you can spot the deliberate mistake. Not so deliberate, I forgot. They're supposed to be strawberry sourdough scones, not pancakes, scones. See where I put the strawberries in? Let's get to the recipe. So in this bowl we've got 2 cups of flour, half a cup of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and I'm just adding a stick of butter all cut up. Now again, if you're new to pastry making or any kind of scone making, you really need to work with cold butter. Good tip is to stick it in the freezer. My fridge is cold enough, thankfully. And you're going to rub it together. Now there's pastry cutters out there cutting in pastry like this, but I tend to just use my fingers, it's easier. So you're trying to get the consistency of fine breadcrumbs so that when you bring it together, all that butter's all distributed through it. So now we're on to the wet ingredients, and this is an egg and half a cup of sourdough starter. Yes, I did just use a knife to mix that, no worries. Vanilla extract, measure it with your heart, it's fine. Nobody tells you how much vanilla extract to put in. And then we've got 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, and we're just going to combine that together. I'm going to grab my trusty dough whisk there. I love this thing, use it all the time for my sourdough. It just brings it together beautifully. There you go, just showing you, look. Bring it together with your hands. Now the thing is, it's going to warm it up now. The butter's going to start to melt, so we need to put it in the fridge. All right, and all you're doing is bringing it together. You're not kneading it like you would a dough. That is my shower cap. I was given a bunch of reusable ones, so I use them for this, and then I can use them a couple of times before they break. And while we're here, I'm just using my sourdough starter as my discard. I'm putting that in the fridge. This is my little insurance policy right here that I'm mixing up. That goes in the fridge. I can use that for all sorts, and there's always some left over. Then if I ever kill my sourdough or I lose my sourdough or need to give some away, I can give some of that away. And then I'm feeding Gerald. Yes, he's got a name. Nearly all sourdoughs have got a name. Mine's called Gerald. Couldn't tell you why it's called that anymore. Forgotten completely. Yes, water filter takes a while to filter through these little tiny things. So any sourdough person would kill me for doing this, but I don't know what my hydration is on my sourdough, because I use about half a cup and then I use just under half a cup of filtered water, and I tend to find that works the best consistency for me, because otherwise it's too watery, and when it all explodes up and increases as you want it to, it tends to be a little bit watery. So I do mine slightly under, and I couldn't tell you how much. I just go by feel. That's awful. A bit of a clean up, but you know, when you get a feel for these things, you just know what yours is like and what works in your house. That's fine, but just don't ask me for the sourdough hydration. Having a good clean up there, look, before we mess it all up again. So flouring the surface, of course, so it doesn't stick. Getting out of the fridge. It's firmed up nicely now. All that butter has gone solid again from the warmth of my hands, and we're just gonna, well, and now I'm going to put my hands back on it. I should have got my rolling pin out really, but that's it's fine. So just flattening it out. Now of course you can get those rolling pins with the discs on the end, so you can make it exactly perfect, but I'll tell you what, we like it rustic in this house, so it comes as it comes. And we're just going to roll it out a little bit. Now we Brits usually have round scones, and I only ever saw them when I started looking on Pinterest at my American friends who do these lovely triangle type scones. So I'm going to top it with cream, just because it's a bit decadent and I've got loads of cream left. And this is the point where I realise, these were supposed to be strawberry scones. So I'm going to, you know, on the fly, I'm just going to chop some up and stick them on the top like a pizza. It's fine. It worked out so well, can I tell you? My family absolutely loved it like this. My husband said, actually, I really like it with them just on the top. So we're just chopping up some strawberries and slinging them on the top to rescue the strawberry scones. Otherwise, they wouldn't have had much strawberry in them, any strawberry in them. So we're just pressing them onto the top, having a little bit of sugar on the top just to give a nice bit of crunch. And then I'm going to use my dough scraper my bench scraper to just divide them into these cool triangles. Our scones are like a bit like your biscuits in America, but we have sweet scones usually. Well, I do. And so it was a really nice change to do these triangle scones. Just using my trusty spatula. I'll tell you, I use this for everything. To get them onto the baking tray, and they go in the oven and they come out absolutely beautiful. I'm so pleased with them, even though there was a happy accident, I suppose, intentional mistake, of course, I'm going to say that. And they went into the oven and came out. There was not one left at the end of it. Absolutely gorgeous. Give them a try, you won't regret it.